there! My name's Dewey, and I'm a water drop. Bet you didn't know this, but I'm real important. Without me, there would be no life on Earth. Did you know that? Thanks to water, trees and plants and pretty flowers can grow. Fish and frogs have a place to swim. And you'll always have something nice and cool to drink when you're thirsty. So now you know how important water really is. But guess what? You can find me in different shapes, like a solid, a gas, or a liquid. Like I said, all living things need water. But besides being real important to us, water can also be a lot of fun. Especially when it's hot outside and you want to cool off. These kids sure have the right idea. We're going to learn how to be safe when we're around water, so we can have a good time like our friends here. You know, water can be loads of fun, but it can also be dangerous. Did you know that more than 100 people drown in Arizona every year? That's because they made mistakes around water. They did things they weren't supposed to do. But I'm going to show you how to be smart and safe around water, so you can have a lot of fun and enjoy yourself. Are you ready? Good. Let's take a look at Dewey's rules of water safety. Here's number 1. Always swim with an adult and never swim alone. This is real important to remember. You don't want to swim by yourself because what if you fell in the water by accident and you had to be rescued? There wouldn't be anybody there to help you. So, make sure there's an adult close by before you go near the water, okay? That brings us to my next rule. Learn how to swim. It's easy. These kids are doing it, and you can too. If you don't know how to swim, ask your parents if they'll sign you up for swimming lessons. They're offered at pools all throughout the city. Knowing how to swim is the best way to make sure you won't drown. Now, if you ever find yourself in trouble in the water, do what I'm doing right now. Relax. Be real calm and don't panic. Just do the survival float, like this. You can do it lying on your stomach or on your back. Your body will float naturally, so just remember to relax. Once you know how to swim, you can have a lot more fun in the water. But you have to be real careful about where you go swimming. And that brings me to another important rule. Always swim in safe places. Even though we live in a desert, there are lots of lakes and pools and rivers all around Arizona. Pools are the only safe places to swim, as long as there's an adult with you. But fast-flowing rivers, deserted beaches, and canals are never safe for swimming. Canals are really dangerous, so you should always stay away from them. Come along with me and I'll show you why. Up here on top, the canal water looks nice and smooth. But underwater, it's real dangerous. Look at all this stuff on the bottom that you can't see from up there. Tree branches, broken glass, all sorts of things that can hurt you. And if you fall into a canal, it's hard to get out because the banks are real steep and slippery. So always stay away from canals. And if an animal or one of your toys ends up in a canal, don't go in after it. Go tell an adult. Now for another important rule. Learn how to help. If there's an emergency, go to the nearest telephone and dial 911. That's a real important number to remember. 911. You got it? Good.
Hi, I'd like to report an emergency.
Help! Now, what would you do if somebody else might be in trouble in the water? You can help them without jumping in. Just stay on the ground and throw them something that floats so they can hold on to it. A life preserver, raft, inner tube, anything that floats. Or you can give them the end of a towel or a pole. But make sure you don't fall in too.
Help, someone's drowning.
And don't forget to tell an adult. While the adult is pulling the person out of the water, you can go to the telephone and call the emergency number for help. What was that number again? Oh, yes, 911. And here's another rule to remember. Don't depend on things that float if you don't know how to swim. These floating toys and inner tubes can be a lot of fun to play with in the water, but they can tear and fall apart real easy. You know, I can't think of a faster way to cool off in the summertime than by jumping in a swimming pool. But diving in the wrong place can hurt you, so be sure to dive in the deep end of the pool and not the shallow end. Besides, you make a bigger splash that way. And while you're in the water, make sure you swim away from the diving boards and slides. That's a lot safer. Then, once you're out of the pool, always walk on the pool deck. If you run, you could fall and hurt yourself, and that's not fun. Every once in a while, it'll start raining, and we'll even get a thunderstorm. Ooh, that's spooky. That can also be dangerous if you happen to be swimming at the same time. So always stay out of the water whenever you see lightning or hear thunder. You'll have a lot more fun if you go swimming in good weather. And don't forget, make sure you always swim with an adult. If you follow Dewey's rules for water safety, you'll be safe and smart. And you're guaranteed to have lots and lots of fun in the water. Come on in, the water's fine.